Anyways, let's do some shooting. Oh, beautiful. Well, hello there. Hopefully I am coming through with sound and with vision. Good evening, everybody. All the ones I haven't had said hello to in chat yet. Hello. So hi Jerome. Hi Ozzy. Good to see you. Hi John. Hi Peter. Last snow melted from the yard this morning. Are you sure you're not due for some more? It is only May, remember. Hi Kangaroo, good to see you. I think that's everybody. Has the timing been all out on the notifications? That's a bit weird. Because I definitely did set it for 7:30. Although the other week, was it 2 weeks ago I think I set it, and I actually had to go back and amend it because it had set it for the day after and at a completely different time. So I have no idea. Oh well. I think it's YouTube just being a little bit funny. Why am I so bright? Webcam playing up. Maybe's not. I don't know. So anyway, I hope you're all well, all staying safe, all staying alert, like we're being told to be in this country, even though the virus is, was it 50 millionth of a millimetre or something in diameter? How the hell are we going to stay alert to see that coming at us? Idiots. There's always 7:30 somewhere. True. Well, providing it's like half an hour anyway. Right. Okay. Anywho. Hi, Aileen. Oh, Aileen, good news. Your print is printed. I have tubes, so it will be sent out at some stage this week. Yeah, I went into the webcam settings before and I changed, because it was like, I think the last live stream I did, it was really annoying us because it was trying to focus the entire time. So all I did was switch off autofocus. It is now really, really bright for some reason. So yeah, well, this is YouTube, and dates are obviously, and times are obviously a bit broken at the minute, so not to worry. There we go. Binoculars? I don't understand. Not to worry. That's quite low, I don't understand. Hi Ed, good to see you as well. Hope you're all good. Right, tonight, because I still haven't been anywhere. Although we can leave the house tomorrow. So I am not going to take the camera out though. I am not that ignorant, one of the two. I am not going out taking pictures and vlogging and all that malarkey until at least after the weekend anyway. But yeah, it's still going to be, it's going to be a bit silly out there this weekend, so I am waiting until I get a kind of a view of how the weekend goes, if there's far too many people around and all that, and then I will make a judgment call if I'm going to go out making photographs, because it is work. So that's my defence anyway. So I am kind of restricting myself by not going out making pictures, because that is work. So yeah, so all I've done, I haven't done anything since last week, so this week as well, here's more images from the churchyard. So yeah, it's Evening Razor Hoof, that is a great name. Fantastic name. But welcome along. Yeah, more churchyard stuff. Yeah, I get Peter. It's work and it's also my daily exercise. Right. If I sharing some screen might help. That one. No. That one. There we go. Yeah, it'll soon come back. Aileen, you'll probably. Scotland's being sensible. England isn't, or rather the one in charge of it isn't being very sensible. But I'm sure Scotland's only a couple of weeks behind us. We're the guinea pigs, so if we cock it up, then everybody's going to be back into lockdown in a big way. So I'm almost classing as the next couple of weeks as a time to maximise my efforts and get as much data into my camera, into my cards and into my hard drive as possible, because it may need to last me for the next 3 or 4 months, just to be on the safe side. So yeah, evening Rob, good to see you as well. Thank you for coming along. Right, so this was last week's image of the church in the village. So like my one set of images that I've afforded myself allowed to go out and make, go out and take. So unfortunately, it is more church yard images this week, because I haven't been any further. And I might do something with the gable end here. See what? Yeah. So this view of the gable end. I've got no preconceived ideas about it. So let's just throw something at it and see what happens. Right. So, usual stuff. Basic slider, or do I just use a preset? I could go into one of Doug and Valda's Bongas presets just to see what happens. Just to see what could potentially happen. Also, what I did last night, Nigel Danson on his speak Andy, mouth, words, brain, telling it how to do things, not really working tonight. Nigel Danson on his Instagram has a kind of a challenge. He's put 3 images on there, 3 raw files, to edit however you wish and submit. And he may feature them in this week's video. So I had a little play with one last night. Probably not what he was expecting. But yeah. So if you fancy looking at some of Nigel's raw files, seeing what the Nikon Z6, Z7 that he's got, seeing what that does. Fuji X-T3 one shot was on that as well. All I know is my computer is very, very slow and can't handle Nikon Z7 files because they're like 60 meg for just a regular shot. 60 meg. I'm used to 4. Absolutely crazy. Hi, Catherine. Good to see you. Welcome along for tonight's editing session. Paul actually is the shadow of a tree projecting onto the gable end. I was going to say I would show you, but I don't think I've got a straight shot. So you can just about see the shadow there. Right. I want to use one of these fancy presets, but ooh, that could be interesting. Should we go with that one? See if I can kind of balance it out a bit. Hopefully it's not too crunchy. There's not too much texture added. Didn't notice that with an old one. Just going to open some of this out. Full shadow pulling out of there. Drop the contrast a bit. I mean, this image could be wild by the time we've got to the end of it. Whoa! Look at the difference there between the standard. That is a big difference. Yeah. These branches are going to annoy me. I can see that already. Get that out of so I can see. Dust spots. Just get rid of that one. I think that's all it's showing. Must have shot it fairly wide open. Detail. Just gonna add a little bit of sharpening. I am going to flat out the noise. The ISO noise. Just zoom in. Just check. There. Very good. Yep. Fine, and then going to sync those lot across. I'm going to use this bright one as well, just for a giggle. See what happens. Might add in something weird to the equation. Right, I'm not even going to look at them. I'm just going to stick them into Photoshop and see what we've got. See how it blends. Come on, machine. Now I'm almost tempted to use the government's back loan scheme they've got for small businesses to actually invest in a new PC. I'm gonna have to put up with this for bloody months yet, if not years. I might look into that because I really could do with a new PC, because editing videos is becoming a pain in the backside. Streaming with any kind of fluidity and just editing anything bigger than a 5 megabyte file is becoming a bit of a problem. So we'll see what happens. Evening, Paul, good to see you. Hope you're well. Very enjoyable chat with Paul G. Johnson on your channel at the weekend. Enjoyed it. I think everything Paul's on is it's always good to listen to him. Fun, wise fella. Right. Let's see what this is gonna produce. Some weird and wonderful. Well, it could be I'm saying weird and wonderful. It could be terrible. It could be absolute nothing. Garbage. Probably looking like garbage at the minute. Must admit. There's a few lighter elements in there which I quite like, but if I go darken and then just start adding layers on, okay, just making kind of, not making notes, but making mental notes that there's a nice little light streak there and a little bit there as well. And when we come to blend bits together, see with adding this one in, you can see the tree in the background there, which then kind of disappears with the addition of that layer. You've got more light streaks in here to pay attention to as well. I'm going to leave that layer out for the moment. That layer I wanted. Knock that one off. That one off. So I do like that tree there, so I'm going to have to preserve that, I do believe. I'm thinking I actually might only preserve that. More opacity, please. Just paint in that area there. And this one, I really only want the foreground, so we can use it the wrong way around as usual, Andy. Something like that. Got these wispy areas here, really like them. And then this top layer, we've got a little bit more structure of the gable end of the church. We could maybe align that slightly better. That's on that layer, isn't it? Fine, that's fine. I'm just looking at alignment there because we've got a bit of doubling up on the church, on the bell tire. Could well do, Paul. Could well do. If I studied a bit more art history, I would maybe have more of a rough idea what you were on about. Right, so this one, I only really want this block here because it's interfering with this nice foreground. Just trying to look at position here. You know what I'll do? I've got it to this stage, and I might just play around with the blend modes, just to see if I'm going to pull a little bit of more structure in there. Because for me, it's getting a little bit away from realism for my liking. Yeah, spell it right, Paul. It's just to know, not you. Evening, Nigel. Good to see you. Right. I'm actually going to reduce the opacity on that bit, so I think it's a little strong. Just experimenting here. with the blend modes just to see what possibilities come my way. Oh, that's something else I was going to ask everybody is, did you, well, the UK based people anyway, did you get your landscape photographer of the year entries in? I decided to have a punt. Probably very stupidly decided to have a bit of a punt. Thrown away 35 good pounds for no reason whatsoever. Because I'm an idiot. But yeah, you've got to have a laugh at times. Quite liking that orange there, and if I can get rid of a lot of that. We've got a bit of orange in there, which looks nice-ish. Do we dial that back just a little bit more? And they are big years, Ozzy. Evening, Nick. Good to see you. I think it'll end up red as well, Peter. My hand is firmly up. I give it a miss. Yeah, I just entered for a laugh, basically. Even though I read, I mean, I don't know if you, those of you that follow us on Twitter, I did put a tweet out saying, just read the guidelines for the competition, because it's obviously a landscape photography competition. And they say, like, for one category, manipulation is allowed and creativity, but the stinger being is, please remember it is a photographic competition. So I just tweeted, hold my beer. So I did put in some mad, wild, colourful, very, very, very majorly manipulated images, just for a laugh. You've got to try these things. If you can't have fun, there's no point. Right, so that's a blend of sorts put together. Just gonna try brightening this up just to see what it's, see how it looks. Actually, just a little bit like that's not too bad. Should always just go with your heart, Aileen. Put in whatever you think. Like that's the thing. I think everybody puts in entries that are either their favourite images or ones that they think the judges will like. And you know, going on half the images that have won in the past. You know, you kind of look at them and think, and I maybe might not even process them if I'd taken them myself. Chinese temple? Could be. Getting the second round, Tomek, is no mean feat. Well done, sir, for that. On that. Yeah, I think I will be flabbergasted if I get anything through to the shortlisting stage. I am not expecting anything like that at all. Red, anybody? Or a bit of yellow for Tomek? Maybe it's just a slightly deeper orange. Right, I am gonna... What I was trying to do was to kind of lift that foreground a little bit. So I'm gonna mask the bottom of that off. One day I will learn which way around is white and black. There we are, foreground a little bit better there. There. Better. You can kind of see what's going on. This side is a bit of a... I was going to say this side is a bit of a mess. I've just taken a little glance at the view that is going out on the live stream, and the entire image is a mess. Right. Right. So, I think I'm maybe at a point I daren't go any further, I think, with this. And then I think it's kind of going to be, it's going to come down to what the bloody hell Analog Efex Pro throws back out at me, to see how we go from here. Playing my imaginary keyboard. If I could play a keyboard, I can't. Come on, are you rendered? Yes, you have. Right, presets. Anything on there looking like it might tidy it up? Probably not. No. None of them looked appealing at all. That looks bloody horrible. Now if I could switch some of that around. Can you hear my computer groaning under the pressure of image editing? It's all looking a bit something windswept. I don't know. I'm not sure. You're like having a competition of who can write the best children's book out of what's going on in my images. Don't like the colour scheme there. Why is the computer frozen? I think the problem with this image is there's no that church blob in the middle is a bit it's a bit undefined. It's like there, I quite like the colour tones, but it's all a bit dark. I don't want to get to the point where I've lost half the image. That looks kinda alright. Lens vignette maybe you can bring. I don't want the sky to go too dark though. Tricky one. Go the other way maybe. Something maybe is a bit like that. Bit Lord of the Ringish. Yeah. Could be, Peter, could be. Are you moving? I presume you mean in Photoshop, Aileen. Because if you're in Photoshop, they changed one of the default things, and you've got to go into preferences to change it. I think, but in Photoshop, for some reason, they changed a setting where if you move a layer, then it moves them all, and you've actually got to go into preferences and tell it to stop doing that. So I presume you mean Photoshop, but actually in here for that double exposure, it should only ever move that second exposure around. The base layer should always stay in the same position. Whoa. Excuse me. What on earth is... Ah, that's right. Jesus. Curves. They can be a nightmare at times. That's probably the correct terminology of it, Jerome. Yeah. I can never remember correct terminologies for things, but yes, that'll be what it what it is. That confused the hell out of me at one point where I upgraded Photoshop for some reason. Freaked me out. Well, I've heard of Monet. I haven't heard of Bruegel. Another artist I should probably be researching. Little bit of darkness. Knock that back a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. I think in a crop, I think I would kind of end up losing a whack of that side. Is there any other options as I'm browsing before I go out of and end the edit? Not really. We'll confirm that then. So there we go. I wonder if just fading some of this, dropping the opacity a little bit. Change some blend modes, you just see, you never know what might get thrown back out at you if you don't check. Yeah, as you were. What was that other one? Luminosity. No. Just imagining things, that's all. So yeah, I was going to bring a little bit more definition in the foreground, so I'm just going to drop the opacity for this layer and then get a mask and then erase, just so the old foreground is kind of comes back in. Anyway, you've done too good a job on that. Maybe should have done it a little bit weaker. Just paint in a little bit more white there, and therefore bring some of that colour back. Lower the flow just to make that a little bit more subtle. Da, 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 da. Also lucky getting to go to these places and see all these things. I'm such a terrible traveller. I just don't do it, and it's my own fault. Just very gently come into there. I'm a little concerned that this is a very, I think that's better. I was just concerned that we got a bit muddy and a bit, when you're kind of mixing all them reds and getting very dark, it just then can't end up being very much of a bit of a splodge of brown. So, hi David, good to see you. Have you missed much? Me clutching at straws? I don't know. Right, okay. Actually, yeah, Aileen, I think this here, if you can see, when you got the move button on, there's auto select that there. That will hopefully help you. So well done to everybody in chat for suggesting that. Like I say, I can never remember these things. I just knew I had to go and actually search onto Adobe for help with it. Right. I don't know if I actually like this. But it's an image. Actually, is an option. Just with the hue and saturation slider. Let me just test the waters. Nah, I don't think so. Maybe it's just drop that. So those of you that were voting that I would go red, is that red or is that not quite so red? Yeah, it's pretty much, Dominic. The UK is a disaster zone. And if it's not now, it will be in about 3 weeks. Once everybody's left the houses this weekend, gone on a rampage, and infected everybody. Yeah, but we could content aware fill them away. I like my reds as well. Right, let's see if we can content aware fill these branches away and see what happens. Sometimes I have success, sometimes I don't. Content aware fill, you need to select it first, Andy. You bloody amateur. Lasso tool, that's what I'm looking for. I want to come around there and up into here and along. There we go. Content aware fill. Okay, whatever. Show me what you're going to do. Benny? No. Right, it does not do it automatically for you these days. Is it not going to actually show me what it's going to do? How crap is this gone these days? Show sampling area. Crying out loud, do it. Okay. What the? Just do it. That'll do. Content aware fill has changed a bit since I last used it. There you go. Job done. I think that might even look better. Is it? Is it not? Is it? Is it not? Might be. What I would maybe like to do is just lighten the sky a little bit. Just about there now that the trees have gone. What I want to do there is erase. Yes, erase. Opacity high-ish. Not make much difference, I don't think. Yeah, so it's just the sky is a little bit lighter. How's that look? From a distance, looks like a blob of brown. Success! Yeah. Aileen, don't confuse matters. No. Better without the branches, I think. Right, there we go. I was originally thinking I would chop off that side, but now I think not. Right, I'll just save this, and we'll wait half an hour, and then we'll just do the final crop, and that'll probably about do. Early lows, back to watching telly. Yes, if you're in the UK, BBC 4 right now, as in started at 8 o'clock, is a live life drawing session. So if you're into drawing people, whether they're naked or not, I have no idea, but BBC 4 right now is a, I presumably do it at home kind of thing. Program, interactive thing. Yeah, whatever they're called. Right, is this finished? Yes. Finally. Back into Lightroom. It has got I know I'm looking at it. It's got that kind of, I can't put my finger on it. That classical colour scheme. For some reason, I'm thinking like 16th century painting. All it's missing is like somebody important in front of it. So this would be like the background, and you'd have some fat gobshite that has like a load of slaves or something being the one painted in front of it. Yeah, right. Create a virtual copy. See if we can crop this down a bit. Now I know for a fact my normal narrow one, because I like that foreground, it's going to lose a lot. By doing it like that, you are losing interest in the foreground. So I was thinking the only real option apart from the original 2x3 would be 4x5, because it would then cut off that right hand side. So kind of between 2x3, 4x5. 4x5 is maybe a little bit better balanced. I don't like 4x5 as a crop, as a ratio I should say. I very rarely use it, or I try to avoid using it anyway. Another one, I'm going to see, maybe squeeze a portrait crop out of this. Crop. Can we get anything out of there? Not really. I really like these wispy bits down here. And we've got that tree there that I really liked. No, that's not working. Is there a square though? Can we put it on Instagram? Maybe it's just. Maybe just. Right, actually I'm going to put in a radial filter. I'm going to invert it so it affects the outside. Darken the outside. Turn that off. I'm going to zoom out. Go wider so it's not affecting it as much. Done. Right. Library. Fit. I'm so Scottish. Well, I think I do have some Scottish blood in us. Previous generations were just north of the Tweed. The square always comes along eventually. It is a tighter image, that's for certain. I think the 4x5, this little shape here, there's a bit of interest there. Would the would the square crop come across them? It all becomes a bit central then, doesn't it? I got fine there. I'll just undo it actually. There. To the 4x5. Come on, switch. Slow machine. Bad computer. I need to tighten that up. Alright, just coming in a smidgen. And then I can try that same radial filter as well on here. Not that far, invert. Pull that in there. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. I mean, there's only like an inch in it, so it's not going to make or break the image, is it? Either it's going to fit on Instagram, if I ever post it. If this ever sees the light of day again, I don't know. So anyways, right, that was a fun little episode, a little edit. Set rating 3. I had no idea where we were going with it, but even though how crazy it all started at the start, it still ended up red-ish. So everybody that predicted red, congratulations, you win nothing, because it's so predictable. Right, that was good fun. Screen Andy, work out how you do it. There you go. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. We've just made it inside the hour, which is always good. I was going to say try to keep these short. Neat chance of keeping these short. I will do it in I don't think I've got them all installed on in Lightroom, because I always print from Photoshop. Hold on a minute. I will open in Lightroom. Where's that command gone? No, we're in Lightroom. Opening Photoshop. Edit a copy with Lightroom adjustments. Edit. There we go. If I would change my screen back to there, that's the same flaming image, isn't it? Come on. Are you thinking about doing something or not? Is the entire thing crashed? Probably. Right, close that down. Edit in Photoshop. Edit. Yay. Right. So, filter, well, how do you do this again? Proof colors. Gamut warning. Ho ho! There you go. Photo speed, art fiber, perceptual. Photo speed, art fiber, relative. So yeah, some of that's not gonna print right, which is always a nightmare. If I go for the default profile, it goes away magically. I have no idea why my profiles are so bad, but they are. View. Come on, bloody. What the. I just go to move. What is going on? Right. View. Proof colours. I mean, you thought there was bad stuff on there, but let's go for natural soft texture, bright white. Look at all that grey. And that is why I don't print on matte paper, because it just is impossible. So even platinum burrito, see there's still chunks of out of gamma. Andrew, who does my large printing, his is fine, no problem at all. It's just my bloody setup. So yeah, there you go. Gamut warnings aplenty. To be honest, Nigel, I would just probably print it anyway and just hope for the best, or work on it a little bit. Maybe print 4 or 5 small little, inch square versions, and just tweak each one just to see what happens, and go from there. So yeah, Ultra 707, no problem. Always enjoy playing with other people's images. The gamut warning is basically the printer, for some reason, can't print exactly the colours that are on screen, because your screen colours probably have a colour range in the millions, and your printer can probably only print, say your screen shows 16 million colours, your printer maybe can only print 9 million colours. So some colours won't render exactly as they are on screen. So sometimes you've just got to go, oh well, not to worry. And deep reds have that. Deep reds, dark oranges have lots and lots of problems for me, which is generally why I use PhotoSpeed art fibre paper, because generally you don't have a lot of issues, but obviously in this one I would have if I was to print any. So I am actually, tomorrow I'm going to print my print of the month, which is massively late because it's the 12th already. And I'm going to see how badly out of gamut that is going to be and how it turns out. And then I've got some new paper coming, because I've run out. Yeah, a lot of it's down to, well, some of it's down to paper type, some of it's down to printer, and some of it's down to image as well. But like for art fibre has been, for me, the easiest one to work with, because a high percentage of my images don't need any, are free of all this stuff. But if you use a matte paper for deep dark reds and oranges, you can see that it will just not, it will most of the colour ranges will not print. So yeah, quick little answer there, or quick little explanation of gamut warnings and printing, and why printing is a bloody nightmare and I don't like it. Everybody said, get your own printer, it's great. No, it's frustrating. But also what is more frustrating is getting a lab to print your images, and they're brilliant on your screen, and you've even done all the proofing and all that, send it away and you come back and you're just like, what the hell's that? So yeah, I mean, that's why you do your print profile and all that kind of stuff, but still it's a good idea to get a small one first, and then, so don't spend 60 quid on getting a print done only for it to arrive and it's way different to what you thought it was. So yeah, so that was today's lesson. Every day is indeed a school day, Benny. It's especially when it comes to printing, it's a flaming nightmare. The ink wasted, the paper wasted, the expense of a printer, and it's just sometimes not worth it. Sometimes it's just a case, yeah, but you're better off getting a print lab to do it, or somebody that you trust to get it right, that you can work with, which luckily I have. So yeah, that's good for the size of prints that I don't do. So yeah, right. Anyways, it is over the hour now, so I should really let you go. The disappointment does come instantly if you do it yourself. Quite right. Yeah, it's. I think as photographers that print our own, we always look on the bright side of life. Always optimistic, because it's soul destroying. Or you waste loads and loads of paper on making contact sheets of all the slight little variances to get that all kind of sorted. It can be a bloody nightmare. Right then, yes. Before we all get bored, thank you very much for coming along and watching tonight. It's been a pleasure. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've learned a little bit at the very end there. The image itself wasn't that great in the end, but you know, had a bit of fun. That's what it's about, enjoying ourselves and keeping away from watching EastEnders. If it's even on these days, I have no idea. Hopefully they've run out of episodes. Right then. So I must go. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay safe. Be kind to each other. Don't come to Northumberland this weekend. Stay away. Stay away from rural beauty spots, unless you live in them yourself. Stay in the cities. And yeah, till next time. See ya.